FG, what is your location?
I'm on my way!
Are you on a boat?
What's the only thing I can find at short notice?
I'll see you at the meeting point. The game starts soon.
Don't worry, I have the team news. I'll be there! Chris.
FG,
As promised.
Started.
Nice.
Good evening. That was some intro. Loving that, FG. Hello and welcome to Matchday Live. The boys are arriving. There they are. Pep Guardiola stepping off the bus, heading into the stadium. I can confirm to you, Rodri starts today, and I will bring you the rest of the starting 11 very, very soon. Gianluigi Donnarumma making his return to France. Ake, Vardio, Jeremy Doku. What sort of form has he been in? He has been unbelievable. 5-year new deal. Nico O'Reilly, love that new contract feel. There he is, the gaffer. Here comes the rest of them. It's a nice chilled atmosphere. Oscar Bob there, Erling Haaland, he can't stop scoring goals. John Stones. And we will be bringing you the team in just a second. In goal, Gianluigi Donnarumma. How good has he been? Returning to the starting lineup, John Stones at right back. Ruben Dias and Joško Vardio remain at centre half. They have been sweet as a pairing. And at left back, we see Nico O'Reilly making the position his own. And there he is, returning back to the team, Rodri. Returning back to his old stomping ground, Bernardo Silva, he captains the side today. And our summer signing, Tijani Reinders, is in that team as well. Phil Foden. Are we back to seeing him at his best football? Jeremy Doku has been scintillating, as has this man, Erling Haaland. Hello and welcome to Matchday Live. It is Champions League night as we face Monaco. My name is Liam Loftus and today I am joined by an absolute legend, Mr. Michael Brown. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good,
well?
thank you.
Exciting one. Champions League is fantastic, isn't it?
Nights
Seeing
of
the
delight.
teams and
You can't
players
go
in
wrong.
form should be. A really good
And
night.
making his debut on Matchday Live, we have this man.
It's good to be here, guys. That didn't happen very much, but
That
a nice
is
one to
some
see
finish. Mr. Fabian Delph, how are you, sir?
very well, thank you. Thanks for inviting me here, guys, and yeah, really excited to sit down and reminisce and talk about my time at City and obviously how well the team have been doing over the years since I've left. And yeah, let's have it.
Right, I'm gonna let me dig into it. Do you miss any teammates?
Yeah, I miss them all. For me personally, I didn't really see them as teammates. It was like brothers, like a family to me. I took every day coming in very seriously, and I cared about everybody that I played with. I think from the way I performed on the pitch in terms of my commitment, I'd like to think that people could see that I was fully committed and fully there with the team. And yeah, I miss them. I still speak to a lot of the guys, and yeah, I've got real fond memories of my time at City.
Right, one of your brothers. We've got a message from him. Let's take a look at that.
Fabian, my friend, we miss you. Every time we go through a difficult game, I always remember my friend Fabian Delph saying the basics of football. Go to the basics of football. I will always remember that episode. And yeah, all the best to you and your family, my friend.
Lovely message. The basics of football. Do you ever get like people shouting
Yeah,
out in the streets?
it's interesting because I've never actually watched the documentary.
Really?
No, I never watched it. But I obviously had friends send me the memes of me going crazy. I'm just thankful it didn't show before and after that. It was a bit wild, that game. It was a hard one to take. That I think we were 2-0 up at half time. Ended up losing the game 3-2, and. Yeah, safe to say I lost my head a little bit. But yeah, seeing Bernardo there, we used to joke a lot about that after. I'm a passionate person, so everything I say is from the heart, and I think that little tangent that I went on was definitely from the heart.
Passionate's an understatement, by the way, because I know exactly what it's like. But do you know what he did? Isn't that a nice shot, isn't it, from Bernardo?
Yeah.
You know, to realise what he's brought, what you were as a team player. I think that was the most important one. Everything for the team, you get behind him, whether you were playing, whether you weren't. It's just about obviously driving people into good situations. But he's still fiery. He still knows. That's what it's about, though. I was similar. You know, you want to get the best out of everybody, but. You've been quiet. We're not seeing you for a while. You've just retirement, you know, and then it's like, what have you been doing?
Well, I thought for me, like, I put everything into my football career, and I missed a lot of family time. So I think it was good for me to take myself away from everything, and you know, bond with. I've got 4 children, so it's been amazing bonding with them. Been travelling, then ran a few marathons. Did a few half marathons, just threw myself into stuff that was probably something that I would have probably done if I wasn't a professional footballer. I did jiu-jitsu for a year, and now I'm playing golf. So I've been enjoying my retirement, but mainly I've been enjoying my family. But yeah, this opportunity came up, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity for me myself to come and probably reminisce and talk about old times, which, believe it or not, I've never really had the chance to reflect on my not just my career, but especially my proudest moment, which was playing in a blue shirt.
You've done a lot of stuff. I like that. That's a fairly good retirement for the first couple of years. Busy man.
Yeah.
Right, let's get into the team first. Nico O'Reilly, I want to speak about him because he's had a similar journey to you. Centre midfielder, and he's playing left back in a Pep Guardiola team. What sort of attributes and roles did you need to make that transition almost?
Well, for me, it was almost like learning on the job. 'Cause obviously, I was a box-to-box midfielder, but I think at the time, Benjamin went down with an injury, and we didn't really have a left back. We had Danilo, who played right back, and Kyle at right back. But I think for Danilo to play left back, it was a little bit awkward because he's a right-footed player. Pep had obviously played a similar style of football that we ended up playing at Bayern, and I think because I'm naturally a midfield player, in possession, technically it wasn't as hard to slot into that position. The bit that was always going to potentially catch me out was when I needed to defend my 1v1 battles, my aerial duels and stuff like that.
Being in the right position as well.
Right position.
Yeah, the right time
exactly.
from stepping back into when they're obviously pushing it in there when you're in the middle.
Exactly. And I
But
think
it's a bit different for Nico though, isn't it? Because he's a young boy. You were already a seasoned professional.
it's
So I mean, that change, you know, like
it's so difficult for him. I've been so impressed because I think to be in a City team, technically you have to be sound.
Yeah.
But tactically, you've really got to get on board, because that's where you'll get found out. Because 60-70% of the time, City will be in possession of the ball. He'll be in that midfield position where he's just distributing the ball. But it's when he's out of position and he's got to be tactically sound. And that's the best bit about his game that I've been impressed with. I'm not surprised that he's been able to be as comfortably as he has, getting on the ball and distributing it. But winning his aerial duels, his 1v1 battles, his recovery runs, his aggressiveness, I think he's been absolutely outstanding.
Does it take a certain amount of humility almost to be able to make that change and be like, look, I know I'm not a left back, I'm a centre midfielder, but I'm going to do this.
You're playing, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, in this wonderful team, I think that's the difference. Obviously, well, I'll play wherever you can.
Yeah.
You know, you were almost like the test.
Yeah.
And since then, we've seen it all around, haven't we? We've seen Rico Lewis go and do it, John Stones, we've seen Akanji drop into right back and make the extra in the middle. Then obviously people were getting wise to it. Then Pep decided to go, well, we'll put the centre back in John, so it's the closest route to be the additional. You obviously were one of the first ones we'd seen it be done, really.
It was interesting because I didn't I mean, if somebody went down in a team I've played for in the past, if the left back went down injured, I might slot in for 10 minutes. And I was always like a fish out of water. I didn't really. It's obviously a different system and formation playing in the other teams that I've played in. But to your point, people can spit the dummies out of the pram if they get told they're playing out of position. Because I signed at this club to be a centre midfielder, box-to-box midfielder, a centre back, whatever it is, and you're being asked to play out of position. But I think in this situation, when you're playing well and you're winning games, that's all that counts, really.
Yeah.
He's performing very well. And another point that I want to make as well is, with him being a central midfielder, or is naturally a number 10, a lot of the times he'll be on the half turn or he'll be with his back to goal. Yeah. Whereas when you're playing in that position, the pitch is in front of you. So it almost simplifies the game for you, helps you to see all the pictures. So it's not surprising to me that he's done very well. I mean, he's been outstanding, and it's going to be hard to...
A lot of players have had to do that, haven't you? You've seen Phil Foden being a central midfielder, but then he's played a lot of time out into a wider position. He's had to adapt and change. But I think with Nico, I think he could go all the way, mate. Yeah. I really do, because once he gets more developed, more used to being in the situations, he's a natural one to go into the middle, isn't he, Joe?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think it'd be a shock to see him like knocking on the door for that England spot.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask. You made the position your own. You went to the World Cup with England off the back of playing left back for City. Yeah. It's sort of, you've grown up, your whole football education has been in one position, and all of a sudden you're having like amazing success out of position. It must almost be like extra special to be like, look, I've done this as like a step in, and I'm good enough to be at the World Cup doing it.
Yeah, it was incredible for me, because I think when I signed, I had quite a few niggles, a few injuries, and then the following season it was pretty much the same. I wasn't sure whether I was going to leave or if I was going to stay, and then just being given like the trust from Pep and Mikel and my teammates around me to step in and do that job was like so validating for me personally. And then obviously we're winning games, we're winning trophies. I mean, it was an incredible period for me personally.
Let's talk your former teammate, Bernardo. Obviously, saw the message from earlier on. He's a captain of the club now. I've seen that quote from Company about him being a leader and a joker. What did you make of him in the dressing room? Could you always see that leadership quality in him?
Absolutely. I mean, firstly, a great guy, like just a great human being, honestly. The favourite guy in the dressing room, probably a fan's favourite. I mean, what you see is what you get with him. So when you've got a guy like that who's just such a nice guy, and then you see them getting the respect from the players, being the leader that he's becoming, and the leader that he's always been, it's great to see. I probably, when I signed, I wouldn't, if somebody had said he's going to end up being captain, I'd have been like, captain? I'd have been like, I'm not sure about that.
Why is that? What do you mean? Is he quite quiet around the place, or was it, or just not really demanding of his teammates?
Probably come from...
He's so unselfish when he plays, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably speaking from the way my mind... Obviously, I'm 5 or 6 years older, I'm closer to your generation than his. And we always seen players that, captains in teams, being almost like alphas, aggressive, grabbing people, digging things out, digging people out. And he's just such a nice guy. But obviously, as my career progressed, you start to see different personalities out and how different people lead. And I mean, he's the perfect guy to be a leader of a team and to take a team forward. Yeah, I'm just used to that.
Well, the changes happen, don't it?
The changes,
you know, with all the way around the squads, the way you tactically put things. You're not necessarily shouting. I had this conversation with a coach who's been around the other day. He said, I've had to change. He said, like, I used to be more like... and he's in the Premier League now, and he said, I have to treat everybody so much different to where I was before. And it is people that don't really want to be shouted at. No. They want to just be there, understand it. Yeah. It's you've got to move on, and I think Bernardo will be the perfect example in the dressing room.
It's always like that thing, it's easier to take criticism or advice from people you love, right? And I guess with Bernardo, that's probably the case. Yeah. He's matured, he's developed as a player and obviously as a person at the club, because his role's changed. When he first joined, I mean, when we last played Monaco, he was much further forward, but we've seen him sort and come in the middle with that, like the middle three, and he can do it all. I mean, you put him in the team, like you said, and he can get the job done, and he's always unbelievable.
He's tried that left-back area a couple of times. You know, he's had to draft it. He's tried the old Delph route. And did you text him and say, right, get out, you're not doing that, right, get forward?
But he's an elite player, and when you've got that much ability and that much knowledge and football IQ, you're able to adapt. So he can play in numerous positions and flourish in either of them. So it doesn't surprise me to see how well he's done over the past eight years, I think it is now.
The midfield's changing as well, isn't it? You know, you look at that now, we've got Rodri obviously coming back in, he's getting better and stronger. There was a bit of a scare about him at the weekend. Ryan, doesn't know what you think. Have you seen much of him?
Yeah.
You know, box to box, the way he gets around, the way he starts to drive forward. I think energy and legs were so important to Pep to try and change from where we were last season.
I think he's been brilliant as well. But with Rodri, what surprised me more, I mean, I had an ACL injury when I was 20, and it almost changed my mechanics, the way I moved, even me as a player. So to see him come back after such a big injury and look exactly the same, it's just mind-blowing. But then that hats off to the medical team here and his professionalism. So it's been great to see him come back and put in the performance that he did before he got injured. It's been surprising.
Right, we saw him at the top of the show. Here is FG and rally driver and City fan Chris Ingram, pitchside.
Yes, thank you very much, Liam. Welcome to Monaco. I'm here. It's with great pleasure to say I'm here with a very famous City fan today. Introduce you as Chris Ingram. We've had a great time in Monaco so far. First of all, welcome to Matchday Live. Welcome to pitchside. You're looking sensational. You're dressed for the occasion. You look forward to the game tonight?
Yeah, great to be here. You've got to make an effort in Monaco, haven't you? So, yeah, buzzing for seeing City where I live now, but a bit different to Manchester, isn't it?
It is a bit different. There's not much rain. We did have a little spell of rain here in Monaco this afternoon. Now, I mean, we've just seen the Manchester City team news. It's an interesting one. It's an exciting one. Of course, Erling Haaland starting. Rodri is back in the starting lineup. I mean, it goes without saying how important Rodri is for this football club.
Oh, mate, yeah, absolutely. He's the man. He's the man. But Doku as well, I can't wait. He's just spectacular to watch, isn't he?
Super exciting. It's been a great season for Jeremy Doku so far. I mean, he's always had that element of excitement, but does it feel like this year something's sort of gone to that next stage? We're watching him grab the game by the scruff of the neck, and for the last month he's been nominated for the Player of the Month here at Manchester City as well. Yeah, fantastic few games for him.
Yeah, it's looking like a mega strong team. Bring it on. They need to feed it to Haaland, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, feed it to Haaland and he will score like he has done very much so in a Manchester City shirt and in this competition. Now, I want to ask you about John Stones. He's playing at right back. We say he's playing at right back. We've dissected the team and that's what we're going with here at pitchside. I know Brownie in the studio is always keen to tell me not to dissect it because you never know, but we've had great memories of John Stones in a Manchester City shirt, in particular in right back, and I'm thinking
Istanbul.
It's exactly what I'm thinking of, Chris. Istanbul, the Champions League final, the biggest occasion. He was absolutely everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah, one of his best ever performances, easily. So it's going to be a thriller, I reckon.
It's going to be a great game, yeah. And as you can see over Chris's shoulder, the away section is behind us. It's filling up. But let's talk about Monaco, shall we? I've got their team news here for you, which I will read for everybody watching Matchday Live right now. In goal is Cone, and then it's a Vanderson. And then it's Eric Dyer, former Tottenham Hotspur player, of course. And then it's Teze, Kehrer, the captain. Balogun, who was once at Arsenal as well. Akliushi, the top goal scorer, 2 goals this season for Monaco so far. Salisu, Diatta, Koulibaly, and finally Ansu Fati, who a lot of people will know, of course, because he's been on the books of Barcelona. He's a fantastically exciting player. It's an interesting one about Monaco at the minute, because I've been looking at their stats at Monaco. 14 goals they have scored in the league in France this year, which is the highest. On the other side, they've conceded 10 goals, which is one of the worst defensive records in the league. I mean, looking at it, when you've got a strike force of Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Jeremy Doku, Erling Haaland, could be a long night for them, but they do offer something going forward.
Definitely, yeah. Not to underestimate these teams, you know, these European matches, it's so wide open in it compared to learning the teams in the Premier League so easily. Anything can happen here.
And for those wondering as well, Monaco lost 4-1 in their first game to Bruges, so this will be their first game at home. They'll be so keen to impress. I want to ask you about Monaco as a whole, Chris, about sport in Monaco as a whole. We know how massive it is for your type of sports. The motorsport scene is huge here. What about football in this area?
Oh, the passion's just as strong as back home, to be honest. It really is. I mean, obviously the population of Monaco is tiny, but still the support's pretty passionate, even though the attendance isn't huge. But they'll be pretty loud tonight. It's more impressive than you know, the attendance looks.
I mean, 18,000, it's a small stadium anyway, but over my right shoulder there is an ultra stand. I saw them earlier on preparing their
The
flag.
poshest ultras in the world.
Is that where the noise is going to come from in the stadium?
Yeah,
from
exactly.
that side. So that's the opposite side to the away section here. Like I said, they were in the stadium a little bit earlier preparing there. I think they'll have some flags. They have a Monaco flag which they'll be putting up. They're not in their seats right now, but that's where we imagine the majority of the noise will be. Right.
No, City fans.
Of course, great answer. I was just testing. The City fans are over our corner, in the corner. The pitch is quite far away, as well as a running track behind it. I mean, does that make the atmosphere even more difficult to create when you're in the stands, do you think?
Ah, nah. We've always got great travelling support, haven't we? So
We just wish that we were part of the travelling support today. And finally, we're going to head back to the studio now. But first things first, we've got Mr. Michael Brown in the studio, an absolute legend, always with us at away games. We miss you, Brownie, in Monaco. And then a Matchday Live debut for Fabian Delph. Do you want to spend a word
top
to
man,
any of them?
isn't he? Yeah, he's good to have him back.
Great to have you in the studio as well. Liam Loftus as well. Trim looking amazing as always. But yeah, I mean, a message to Brownie. He's probably going to be laughing at me in some format saying that Chris has overdressed me, and I'll give you that 30 seconds to do that because you're spot on. And Fabian Delph, mate, welcome to Matchday Live. Hopefully this isn't going to be the last time, and I hope Brownie and Liam are looking after you.
Thank you very much, guys. Lovely messages, eh, boys? Brownie, what do you make of the outfit?
He's not smart enough again, is he? You know, he's always on brand. Any free top he'll just have. You know, get his jacket on. He had a go at me last week at Arsenal.
Of all the away days to miss out on, Monaco's a bit of a... Oh, you're joking, right?
So you can't be greedy. You have to spread the love all the way around. That's what it is. You know, Delphi now understands what it's like. But he's got a nice message off FG.
Right.
He'll be enjoying himself. I bet he's not putting his hand in his pocket. He won't be buying the drinks, that's for certain.
You know, you can't have it all after he's spent all his cash and getting around Monaco, probably. Right, let's talk about the Monaco team. Eric Dyer, you played with him at England. What sort of player is he? What can we expect from him?
He's a leader. He's definitely a leader. Very professional on and off the pitch. Technically very good. Great knowledge, great football IQ. So he'll be in that dressing room. He'll be telling everybody what to expect. He'll be motivating the players, and he'll keep them on the toes, keep them committed.
Vocal? Would you say he's vocal? Do you know when
He's very vocal, yeah.
Is he?
He's very vocal. He was actually brought up in Portugal, so he's pretty much Portuguese. Well, he's fluent in Portuguese. So he's experienced different cultures of football and different environments.
Surprised, really. Like a few of the managers weren't playing, and he had to change, and obviously went off.
Yeah, I think
went on loan, didn't he, to Bayern and play some games, and then there's another opportunity.
He done very well at Bayern, didn't he? He done very well at Bayern. I think initially he was a defensive midfield player, and then he's ended up going back to.
He's had the change, hasn't he, as well?
He's chopped and changed quite a few times, and then I think he's settled into like I'm a centre back, central defender now, and I think he's probably more suited to that because he's technically very good. He can come out with the ball. He's got great passing range. He's got a huge head, so he's good in the air. I used to call him Shedhead, actually.
Shedhead. There's a few of the lads in there that get it.
Do you think him being brought up in Portugal has made him almost more open to playing abroad? Because it feels like a rarity that we don't see a lot of English players go and play abroad, do we, really? No,
I think, yeah, it's a good point. I think what it's gave him is a good base. Just experience different cultures, different styles of football, different mentalities. But then, naturally, with his physicality, he was always going to be more suited to the Premier League.
And he speaks a couple of languages as well, so he's
I was going to say,
yeah, you can test him in any of them.
Just about speak English.
Did you two ever fancy a move abroad? Did you ever think about that during your careers, Brownie?
I think you always do. I nearly went to Australia later on in the end of my career, but they only wanted to do it for, like, say, from January till the summer.
Okay.
And I was like thinking, is it even worth it going to do that, or do you want to go for 18 months? I felt like going to have a look, but yeah, it would take you a long while. So that was one that went away. But you look now, and a lot of the players, the younger ones, are challenging themselves, which is different, isn't it? Yeah. You know, going to like a German club and saying, right, we're going to have a go, we'll try it, we're going to have a development, and then end up back in the Premier League. Obviously, with the high-profile ones of a Saudi Pro League, it's more of a financial situation than obviously technical. But I think why not? I think the leagues are strong. I think you then evolve and learn different cultures, different ways to play. I think that'd be important. Years ago when you played, a lot of players would say, well, we'll go and play in League One, and then you'll find like a tougher style.
Yeah.
But even now that the football's different there than it was, so I think I do see why they, even like in the City programme now, the loans will be sometimes out of the country.
Fabian, what about you? Did you ever fancy it?
No, I had a few opportunities, but I never fancied it. Brought up on egg and chips, so couldn't imagine myself playing in a different country. I loved playing in this country. Started my career off in League One, which I absolutely loved, and then naturally worked my way up, and yeah, never looked back. It's not going to be one. It's not been one of my regrets. Not looking at going to play. If you could pick one,
which country? If you could pick one, where do you?
I don't know. I feel like I'd get sent off every week.
Nah, you'd be all right. You'd be all right.
I feel like I'd get booked for fun.
Which one is the most forgiving?
I feel like
tackles.
I feel like I would have probably, if I had to pick one country to play in, maybe Italy.
I was thinking
that's for the food, isn't it?
You don't have to worry about language. You can just give it that.
Exactly.
You learn anything? Just this. That's all I've got. What about you, Michael? Anywhere you would have fancied going?
I think somewhere warm. I think America.
Ooh,
the States now. I think that would be something I really have liked. Obviously, spending the summer there with the Club World Cup, I've seen a different side to it, going to different more locations, and I think at that point you sort of said, I think that would be a nice fit as the leagues.
It's huge over there now as well, isn't it? It's growing.
But there's still a lot of growth there. Yeah. I think it'd be nice. Somewhere nice and warm.
We wouldn't have to worry about language as well, so you're on for an absolute
winner.
winner. Right. Chris has been very busy. He met up with fellow driver Arthur Leclerc and they went go-karting. So, who will come out on top, blue or red?
I want to put some water down and then we go again.
Yeah, of course.
Pleasure to race with a champion like Arthur. World-class driver. It's amazing to follow his lines and see how smooth he is.
To come from rally and to get in a go-kart is...
Against you.
We should do the same challenge in rally, then I think will be the opposite, because karting is not really fair for him. Non, ouais, honnêtement, il est très fort. C'est très drôle et puis c'est plus un moment fun aussi qu'on partage tous ensemble.
Too smooth, man.
Right, we love a bit of go-karting here. And Brownie's let us know. He's got a story, so come on, tell me, what is it?
Yeah, no, I was in Orlando, as I said, in the summer, and I got a surprise he'd sent at the hotel. It was Mr. Forden. So one night we went go-karting, which I said all electric. But you can ask who won if you want. Pretty obvious, is it not?
I mean, the smile,
the
smile on your face.
He struggled. He's a new driver, so
I
was quite aggressive. I got a warning because I just sort of shedded him to one side. Yeah, no, you can't believe that, can you? Can't believe it. Just pushed him one side. Yeah, comfortable win.
Let him know. Let him know you're there early doors.
Youngsters need to learn, but hopefully Phil will put that aside. He doesn't want to see the VTs about these go-karts. He'll put his confidence down a little bit.
Right, we'll get the message across to him and see if he wants a little replay. Right, what we do with all our first-time guests, Fabian, we like to go back through their career. Obviously, your City career in particular. I want to start from the very beginning. Let's talk about how did you find out about the move? Like, how did the move to Man City sort of develop?
It was interesting, really. I had a 4-year contract at Aston Villa, and I signed an extension in the January with a buyout clause in there. And I kind of knew for 2 or 3 years that City was keeping tabs on me, but I was really happy where I was. I was captain at Villa. It was my home. They're the team that gave me the opportunity, so I was really comfortable there. And then when I found out that they was seriously interested, I started to almost think, is it the right move for me? Am I going to play as much football as I've been playing? Do I need to challenge myself, or am I happy, comfortable staying where I am? And I've always been the type of person that likes to challenge myself. And what bigger challenge than to play for Manchester City, to help compete, to win trophies, and to see if it could work out for me. And thankfully it did.
That's always the one, isn't it? Do you know, like you wanted to play football.
Yeah.
You know, when you know as well that you train all week and it's about playing. Like you're saying, you didn't want to be the one who was a support. I mean, it's changed now. You've got to get used to it. The amount of obviously games that come around, you almost accept it a little bit, the rotation. But then it's hard, isn't it?
It's hard. I mean, for me personally, I was captain at Villa. I was playing week in, week out. I just got into the England squad, and it was off the back of a serious ACL injury. So I kind of started to get back into my groove, and I was progressing quite nicely. So for me, it was like, if I do go there, how much football am I going to play? But when you look at the bigger
so
picture,
much as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. And I got told at the time that Pep would have been coming at the end of the first season, and I was brought up in that era of watching Barcelona and Pep's Barcelona, and I was thinking to myself, the opportunity to play for the gaffer and to learn all the small details that it takes to play football in that way, I could never turn it down.
It feels like the stuff of legend now when you say, like, Pep's Barca, like, because everyone's so young, you're like, but it is absolutely unbelievable. We've got a few of your highlights in here. That was postage stamp, that. Huh? What were some of your favourite moments?
This was one of my favourite moments, because this was probably one of my first games that I played left back. So I think that was the game that Benjamin went off injured. So I came in at left back, and for the last 20 minutes managed to score a goal. And then from that moment on, I managed to string quite a few games together.
Is it, I mean, obviously scoring a goal is always amazing, but to come on at left back when it's like you're almost not expected to score and to score, does that sort of cement in your head that, you know what, I did do a good job there?
No, it was, for me...
Where's the keeper going?
Yeah, big deflection.
Did you sort him out before the game?
Oh, look at the keepers are throwing him in to send him a cheque after this.
With the man.
Yeah, there's all great memories. But no, for me, it was never about necessarily my performance. My focus was winning the game and helping my teammates as much as I can. So I didn't score many goals, so when I did score, it was obviously a nice feeling. It was nice for my family and friends. But for me, the main focus was getting the win and making sure that I was doing the role and putting in the performance that I needed to help the team win.
Sorry, going back to, you were speaking about rotation before. What's it like at City? Because there's so many games. You're playing 3 games a week. If you're not starting on the Saturday, is it, oh, it's all right? Like you said, if it's all about the team, is it just a thing you're used to, and it's all right, if I'm not playing today, I'll play on Wednesday?
Listen,
Brownie's shaking his head.
He's not getting used to that.
No, you don't get used to it. It's just something that when you're playing in every competition, it's natural for the team to be rotated. But like Brownie was saying, you train all week to then play the game on the Saturday, and if you're not playing, you're obviously upset. But you've got to watch how that comes out, because if I'm showing my teammates that I'm upset, it's just negative energy. Yeah. And I'm a team player, ultimately. It's just not going to happen. If I have an issue with not playing, then, like on many occasions, I would knock on Pep's door. And I've got a funny story.
How did that go then?
Well, I've got a great story.
Hello?
I must have knocked on Pep's door for about 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I'm saying, Gaffer, I'm training really well. Why am I not being given an opportunity? And this went on for 3 or 4 weeks, and on the 4th week, he had his head in his hands and he just said, Fabi, in your position, we have David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, then we've got Fernandinho, we've got Yaya, we've got Gundogan. Where do you want to play? I was like, do you know what, Gaffer? Fair enough.
Left back. Left back will do. You've only got one at left back.
But I was always that type of person, like, I always felt like I had something to give. you know. So I always wanted to be on the pitch helping the team. Like, that was my main goal. But if I want on the starting lineup, I was always in the dressing room barking out orders, keeping everyone motivated and positive. So I always felt part of the team, but
if you got a little bit at the end, even, do you know, like, even if you got 15 minutes or 10 minutes and you feel as well you go and not have anything.
Yeah.
Do you know, of all the players, is there anyone that you had, because you're quite level, you might not say, was there anyone in particular you had a little bit of an aura of this to go, the best?
What do you mean?
Like who was the best, or someone you looked at and you sort of gone, you know, like, is the one in particular that you sort of gone, oh, go on, playing next to, like...
Yeah, David Silva.
Was he
just you've got like an elite level, and then you've got someone who's above and beyond. Like, I think 4 years I spent with him, and I'm obviously an aggressive player. And I think...
What was it? Did you not tackle him in the end, or did you keep doing it and he was like, leave me alone?
I couldn't tackle
him.
That good? It's like he had 6 eyes. He could see everything. He kept you at arm's length. There was one occasion where I slide tackled him and won the ball, and I thought, I've done it. And as I got up, he was leaving with the ball, and I was like, well, there you go. He just seeing everything. And you know, you have the boxes every day. So I'd never seen him go in the middle. He never gave the ball away.
No way.
Just everything, like, his professionalism on and off the pitch was top class. The way he applied himself, like, I'm this old school English mentality. You train 100% every day, no matter what. Whereas David was always a little bit like, right, I know when to step up the gears, and I know when to pull it back a little bit. He was so smart, so clever. He's such a good guy to play with as well, because he used to fill me with the confidence that I belonged there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably being a little bit modest, but he almost made my job, like, really easy, because I just had to pass the ball to him. And I could pass it to his neck and he'd control it. I could bobble it to his knee and he'd control it. Even the way he tied his laces, everything was just elegant.
Do you think people see him as being as good as that, though? Do you know,
I think he's criminally underrated. Outside of City.
He's, for me personally, by far the best player I've ever played with. By far. Because he had the ability to change the tempo of the game. So he could slow the game down, he could speed the game up. Everybody played. I felt like we played at David's tempo. He was just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
I think people forget, like, what he didn't just do in the Premier League. I mean, he was in that unbelievable Spanish side. Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. And he featured. He was there. He was there in amongst it. And it's not like... And people forget, for me, like, just how good he was. And it is, like you said, he dictates tempo. I think just watching him, it just makes the game look so easy.
Yeah.
And for, like, a non-pro, a fan, I go, I could play... I reckon I could play position, because look how much space he's got. And it's like, nah, like, he's creating that. He's always moving the
with
tempo.
his frame as well, though. Do you know, with his, like, that slight frame?
Yeah.
That also, like, you always see physicality and power.
Yeah.
You know, it's messy-like, isn't it?
But what you don't see is those big legs. So you'd always wear baggy shorts. These big tree trunk legs. He's as strong as an ox, David. Low centre of gravity, really quick over 10 yards, and just ridiculously well balanced. You're just seeing everything, like, he was two steps ahead of everyone. Like, he used to blow me, like, in training every day, there'd be something where I'd go, pff. And I used to get that a lot with a lot of the guys, like Kevin, Bernardo, Yaya, Sergio. Sammy and Nasri was one that was like... I remember training one day, and I'm obviously a number 8, and I'm making runs into the box, and every time he picks the ball up, I'm screaming, Sammy! And he's not passing it, and I'm thinking, why is he not passing it? And then we went for a drinks break, and he came over to me, and he explained to me, he said, you don't need to shout my name, because I can see you. But by shouting my name, you're letting the defenders know that I'm going to play that pass. And I was like, whoa, this is different.
That's wild.
This is different. So then we went back in. I made the same run, and he put the ball there for a tap-in. And I'm just like, this is just a different level of football.
That's what it brought you, didn't it? By making the move.
Yeah.
This is the type of stuff that you started being involved in.
Yeah.
No disrespect to where you were at Aston Villa, but, like, then it is just the next level, and then you go into winning winning trophies.
Yeah. I mean, I used to go away with the national team, and when I was at Aston Villa, and I used to be like, this is a serious level of football. Like, it was just a different level to what I was used to. But then City went way above that. And I was just like, I didn't think it'd be possible. Because you're playing...
It's strange with the manager as well, though. Do you know, like, although you've got all your international managers and your club managers, and then you've got Pep.
Yeah,
it's like, again, the brains. Could you believe the detail that he taught you and gave you?
Yeah, but I think I'd probably say the best thing about Pep is he simplified everything, and everything was based around hard work. So running without the ball, running backwards, being in the right position, controlling the ball with your left foot to pass with your right. Pace of
so
pass.
simple as that, which really you'd think you'd have that as a youngster.
I don't want to say basics anymore. I don't want to say the basics of football, but all the foundational stuff was just nailed daily.
Yeah.
So all the systems and the patterns were drilled daily. We never used to go into training and, you know, like we played in teams where it's round robins and it's a five-a-side and everyone's just man for man chase. No, everything was positional. Everything we did was a fought for the next game.
That was the one thing I found, that, like, when you've watched him, is how do you teach that? Do you know, at the time when the ball's, for instance, on this side of the shape of your next position, when the ball goes into, say, a holding midfield player, watch your next pass, the distance of the pitch, exactly, to have that knowledge to then simplify.
Yeah, he's, I mean, I've had, in my career, I've had Gerard Houllier, I've had Carlo Ancelotti at Everton, and they're all exceptional managers, and they do everything. All the foundational stuff is just nailed. But for me, Pep has that... There's like a subtle difference with Pep where he'll almost look at body language and he thinks a little bit outside of the box to what those guys do. I mean, it's almost like when you picture artists, they all draw different things and it's whatever you like. I just prefer the Pep way. I prefer the art that Pep puts on the pitch. And to be a part of it and to play under it and to learn under him was just... I mean, just reflecting on it now, I just can't believe I had that opportunity. Like, I'm so fortunate to have played under him.
You spoke about how talented all the players are and what you see in training. Is that sort of part of the success? It's like, right, we'll just do the basics and then when we get out there, you be you sort of thing. And you've got the David Silvas, you've got Bernardo, Kevin De Bruyne, who can innately do this special stuff. And then it's like, don't overthink it almost. Don't load your head with loads of information about the games. It's just, let's just keep it simple and be yourselves.
Yeah, and I think Pep focused on the build-up and everything we did in our own half. As soon as you went past the halfway line, he used to say himself, like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Like, you're at this club for a reason. Use the ability that you've got and make stuff happen. He would put out patterns and systems for things to make things easier, but he would encourage everybody to express themselves. And the one thing that I really admired about the boss is if you made a mistake, he never used to get angry.
As long as you're trying to do
as long as you
exactly
were
what
trying
he was
to do
saying,
the
have
right
the confidence
things.
to take it again.
Yeah.
So do you know, like you said, like players have learnt so much of Pep, and then we've got them going into a coaching role now, like with Vincent Kompany.
Yeah.
Do you know, does that surprise you? Or you sort of going, well, yeah, once you've learnt off him, if you've got that mentality and understanding, a lot should go into that pathway, shouldn't they?
100%, because a bit of you's like you've played under the gaffer, and he's almost remapped your brain. He's almost like ripped up football that you knew and gave you almost like not a blueprint to football, but like.
And he's had to change as well along the way.
He's changed your perspective on football and how football should be played. And if you don't use that knowledge he's gave you, it's almost a waste. You see Vinny, who's gone on to do wonders at Bayern, did well in the Championship at Burnley, but then stunk it out in the Prem.
Yeah, he did, but then it sort of said, perfect. But he'll have learnt so much off that again, won't he?
Yeah.
Imagine him testing himself when he's in that bad space. I think he'll learn more than any other time, I feel.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, we've got a game for you to play. You can't come to Matchday Live and not play it. It's an absolute classic, tenable, and it basically is your top 10 teammates that you played the most with at City. So we'll get the graphic up, and then we'll go through it. So, Brian, you can jump in if you want.
Who I've played the most with?
At City, your top City teammate. We can just fire them through.
And in order, or just the top? So number one's really
They
one.
don't have to be in order.
Who do you feel like you've played with the most?
David Silva.
David Silva. There we go. Oh, it's a good place to start. Number 6.
Right in the middle.
Edison.
Edison.
Whoa.
44. Do you think he'd be... would have thought he'd be higher, personally.
Yeah, I thought it would have been higher, yeah.
OK, next up.
Raheem.
Raheem.
Yeah, he's got to be big, hasn't he? Yeah, he's got to be big.
Number 1.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Leroy.
Leroy.
Well, 2 white players there. What
Yeah,
about
you're
them?
getting into your flow now.
What about them 2?
I mean, Leroy used to do pretty much 90% of my job for me because I used to absolutely...
Go on then.
I used to absolutely... Before the game, during the game, after the game, I was just on him non-stop. He helped me out so much defensively because obviously I was not used to defending 1v1s and stuff like that, so he would always come back to help double up.
But he was a younger one then.
Kid, yeah, he was
and you still, so obviously he'd have took your guidance, and then Raheem was obviously being there. How good was he?
Raheem was, both of those boys was outstanding. I mean, what Raheem done for City is like well underrated in my opinion. I mean, some of the goals that he scored in such big crucial games was just, I mean, it was exceptional.
He had a period where he was top of the world for sure, and I don't think he got the love he deserved at all.
No, I don't, and I'm still very close with him now. He's still salt of the earth. He's a great guy, and we still speak about our time at City. Both fond about our time at City. We signed at the same time, so 2015 we signed for City together, and he must have been 19 at the time.
Baby.
I mean, what a career he's had. Obviously, he's in the situation he's in now, which is not nice to see, but what he done for City was outstanding, wasn't it?
Absolutely
really
brilliant.
Was, wasn't it?
I'm glad we've changed it, because with that graphic, that was getting a little bit tighter, wasn't it, to see who was in?
You'll be right. Let's get it back up. You'll be flying.
Kevin.
Kevin, where is he? Is he on there?
Will be up there, by the way.
Aguero.
Fernandinho.
Fernandinho. Oh, De Bruyne is there. Fernandinho. Did we hear Aguero?
Sergio.
Someone said it. Yep. 3 more.
Otamendi.
Oh, good shout. Very good shout.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah, because he was on me quite a bit.
9 and 10.
Stonesy.
Yaya.
Stones.
Yaya.
No Yaya.
No.
No Stones.
No Stones.
Ooh. We spoke about him today.
Your mate maybe.
Walks.
No, well, there's another one. He's there. He's maybe playing tonight.
Eric. I said Eric Dyer.
Eric Dyer.
He sent you a nice
He had
message.
150
top of the
cards
show.
I said Bernardo, didn't I?
Bernardo. The last one. Do you want a clue?
Yeah.
Forward.
Iniacho.
Brazilian.
Oh, how can I forget this?
Gabby.
Yeah, how can I forget Gabby?
Unbelievable. That is it's a good side, that, isn't it? There's a lot of unbelievable players there.
Unbelievable.
One-on-one, really good.
Gabby. Honestly, I mean, if we didn't see the injuries that he's had now, he definitely would have kicked on. He was outstanding as well. Technically very good. And he had the work rate that he had was mind-blowing. He'd never stop running. He was like an unbelievable team player. Always got in good positions to score goals.
And in training?
Training 100% every day.
He came in really young as well, didn't he?
Came in very young with a lot of pressure on his shoulders. And can you imagine coming into a City team where the guy that you've got to try get ahead of is Sergio?
Cheers.
I mean,
tough day at work.
Hey, he wanted a challenge, didn't he? When he was asked, he said, "Yo, I'll take the challenge on."
Hell of a challenge, I know.
Right, we have seen Chris Ingram behind the wheel already today, but he did pick up our mate FG and take him for a cruise around Monte Carlo.
Do you reckon I'd be a good co-driver?
You probably talk a bit too much, you mate.
Yeah, you've got to be. FG here with Chris Ingram. Right, Chris, you're showing me around Monaco, but first things first, let's address the elephant in the room. We're in a red car park.
I know, mate. Yeah, not good enough, but I thought we'd go with the away colours of last year. So
Yeah,
that's the excuse.
What a career you've had so far, and there's still so much to come.
Yeah.
Where did it all begin?
Main Road.
yeah.
My dad used to take me to Main Road as a very young boy. City was my first love.
Right.
But I was a rubbish footballer.
Yeah.
So had to find something else, and yeah, one day my old man took me to a rally, and I just fell in love with the sport and got the chance to drive.
By the way, there's so many people taking pictures of us here. It's
So
mad.
this is the first corner of the F1 track, by the way.
Oh wow.
Going up to Casino Square now, so this is like one of the most iconic places in motorsport. Monaco is the home of motorsport.
So why Monaco then, out of all the places? Because you look at this place, and to be honest, all I see here, Chris, is just a lifestyle that I'm not 100% used to.
Yeah. Well, it's the same for me, mate. I'm from a very normal background, but I always dreamed of living here, and I've just chased my dream to become World Rally Champion, chased my dream to live in here, and somehow it's happened, it's manifested. Yeah, I've been lucky enough that the Prince actually unveiled my car with me before the Monte Carlo Rally last year.
The Prince?
Yeah. Unfortunately it was red, but I'm working on getting a city blue car for next season. Yeah.
Mate, you've obviously got the Oasis tee on now.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of it. Did you watch them?
Yeah, mate, I went to the last night at Heaton Park with my old man, and best night of my life.
They are just incredible, aren't they?
Yeah,
They just get better and better, right?
Oh, 100%.
And the fan.
I'm in the top 0.1% of Oasis listeners on Spotify.
So is that your go-to
Every year,
playlist?
that's
your go-to playlist?
my sad fact. I'm top Oasis fan, yeah.
Do you do anything away from a rally car to prepare for a rally race? You know, like hand-eye coordination stuff?
I've got a simulator which helps a little
Have you,
bit.
yeah?
I do a bit of
So you're a
reaction
gamer?
stuff.
So you're a gamer?
We need
is
to
what
have a
you're
race, don't we?
Oh, mate, we could play EAF.
I'm not much of a gamer, but I'm actually secretly really good on FIFA.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone says that to me, you know.
Is that?
Everyone says it to me, that I'm really good at FC26. I'm really good at FC. I've heard it all before, Chris, so we'll have to...
I've seen you. You're famous for that, but I see you getting beat by all the City players, man. What's that all about?
First of all, mate, that's...
My son's been born in Monaco, and the other side of the family are all big Monaco fans, so...
Oh, nice. Are they going to the game tonight?
Yeah, on the other side, so
who was the special person who gifted you the scarf?
the Prince.
Oh, my God. He's casually just chilling with the Prince. There is actually levels to it.
So yes, City invited me to drive the car ahead of the bus at the treble parade.
No way.
So, like, what an amazing thing for them to do, to involve me. It was a dream come true. And I met all the guys and met Pep, and yeah, he told me he's a rubbish driver, so it'd be nice to give him some lessons one day.
Right. In which year did Chris Ingram become the first British driver in 52 years to win the FIA European Rally Championship? You know this, I know you do.
Yeah. 2019, just before COVID. I went from being on stage with Lewis Hamilton at the FIA Awards, thought, right, I've made it now, I'm going to get my chance, and then I lost everything.
Oh.
But I've fought back and made a massive comeback, and now I'm better than ever.
Yeah, that's amazing. A lot of fun. Right, we're going through this.
We just drove round the Fairmont round the famous hairpin.
Okay.
And I've done the best ever drift round that corner.
Have you,
It's the world's most famous corner, and I've done the best pass through it. So we'll have to put that in the VT.
Yeah, look, here we go. Whoa! Oh, mate, it's just easy for you though, isn't it? That's slow for you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
How often do you get back to Manchester?
Every 2-3 months.
Right.
I always
always go for a full English and try to catch a City match with my old man.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Is he still going to the games every week?
Every time, every game.
What a guy.
And he's come over for this, which is going to be special.
He must be so proud of you, right?
Yeah. And he's the biggest, I know we all say that, but he's a mental City fan, my old man.
Yeah.
I didn't have any choice, which is how it should be.
Absolutely,
I was
same as me.
born blue, and now my son's going to be the same.
Matchday live tonight.
Buzzing for it, mate.
Pitchside in Monaco, me and you.
It just feels so good to me having City come.
Mate, listen, you're a massive part of Man City, and you're doing your thing. What a great experience. Thanks for taking me around Monaco, pal.
Great to see you, mate.
Legend. See you on the pitch.
Bring it on. See you in a
I'll
bit.
tell you what, that is some experience. Not to tell him how to do his job, but Chris, you looked awfully close to the bus lane there. I didn't want to say it, but you know, we've got to all follow the rules. Another man who knows all about living in Monaco, Bernardo Silva. We sat down with him earlier on in the week to revisit that iconic Champions League tie, what was with an iconic Monaco squad.
I can see Johnny Stones here. He was looking very scared. John, you were looking scared. Pep was always a reference, especially for his Barcelona team. So playing in the Champions League against one of his teams was obviously special. And this Man City team, also knowing that it was a team going up, growing, and developing really quick. It was nice. It was nice when we got them in the draw. We were really happy because we could play in a big stadium against a big team. It was a good opportunity to show ourselves to the world. In the Champions League, it's a roller coaster. So we had our emotions. We were feeling nervous, but we knew that City was also feeling nervous because they were also a young team. I think we played a really good game here at the Etihad at the time, still against a fantastic team that was able to also create a lot of chances, and it was tough, especially the second half for us. But I think in the Champions League, if you don't panic, you're okay, because it's a competition of a lot of emotions. Falcao was a great leader for us, a great character as well. As I said, he gave us a mix of that little bit of experience because we also needed, and he was one of the guys that shared that with us, all the experiences that he had. And in this competition especially, it was really important for us. Obviously the equalizer was good because still the away goals counted. So to score a goal away at Man City was always going to be very important, and this early goal to equalize was that as well. Yeah, Kylian. So this game at the Etihad was the first important game that he played that season for us. I think we all knew that we had something special there, but he was still 16, 17. And this was the first time that the manager thought, look, we're going to play Man City, it's a tough game, we've got nothing to lose here. So this game was actually the beginning of Kylian in the world of football in terms of important games. What happens in these moments is like you lose 5-3 away against a top team like Man City was, and you think it's not going to be easy. And then as time passes, like the day after that loss, you start feeling, oh, man, maybe it's possible. And another day goes and you start creating the atmosphere of, yeah, we can make this happen. And playing at home with the goal way still counting. It was only a 2-0 win or a 3-1 win. So playing at home with the team that we had, I can see Johnny Stones here. He was looking very scared. John, you were looking scared. No, with the team that we had, we believed it was possible, and we knew that we were very strong at home. Beginning of the game, Champions League tie, you try to play with the emotions of your opponent, create a bit of chaos, make them feel uncomfortable, you know, because in this moment you feel even more that it's possible. This is the winner, yeah, from Bakayoko. So City had scored the 2-1, and we just go for the 3-1 here. And yeah, it was just pure emotion, feeling that we could knock out a top team in the Champions League was just a dream for a young team like us. And from having nothing to lose, now you have everything to lose. It's a tough run of emotions, And the teams that deal better with these kind of emotions in this competition win the most. With the moments that I had at Man City, like winning the Champions League, or the game against Aston Villa when Gundogan scores the winner. It's difficult, and it was a long time ago. It was eight and a half years ago, but this was high is up there in the best moments of my career by far, because no, it's not a title, but it's knocking out one of the best teams in Europe. When you're this young, when you're this hungry to show yourself to the world of football, it was a big achievement for us.
8.5 years ago, that sort of blew my mind a bit. That you were in the squad both times. What do you remember about the tie?
I just remember looking at not knowing that much about the Monaco team, and then obviously having seen them live, thinking, wow, what a talented squad they've got here. I think that same squad went on to move to various different clubs. I think the club made an absolute fortune by selling them. It just goes to show how strong that Monaco team was.
It had like the perfect blend. It had obviously Falcao was more of a senior player, but then all the youngsters, I mean, they were on fire, weren't they?
That would have been probably the first time I seen Mbappe.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, whoa, what is this?
One way to announce yourself.
He was just saying while that was on, he was like saying, he remember saying, who is this boy?
Yeah.
Like, where's he from? He said he was running it. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah, 18 years old, just like, could catch pigeons, just electric, honestly.
I mean, there was some ridiculous goals in that as well.
Yeah.
Mbappe got on the score sheet. Sane, it felt like a winner, but it wasn't. It was to go 5-3 up at that. The feeling in the stadium was like, it's like the moment when you don't know what to do. Like, it's so overwhelming. I remember being there and being like, oh my God. Like, but I mean, we spoke about it off camera. The Falcao chip was just.
Yeah, it was outrageous, wasn't it?
it was just everything. It's like the perfect advert for football. That here you go. Here's a 5-3 to watch. Get into football. There you go. Have a look at that. And it's just. I mean, the pictures of Bernardo. He's a baby, wasn't he?
He was a baby, and he absolutely ran the show. Especially the game at our place. He was another one when I was thinking, wow, what a talent this boy is. He absolutely ran the show. So when we found out we were signing him, I was like, what a great signing that's going to be.
I was going to say, do you ever come away from a game thinking, I'd love to have him in my team?
Yeah, Bernardo. Well, what I seen Bernardo do in those games I was like, wow.
He was already forecast to be signed, you know, like always on the tip box, or whether it was them games that sort of went right.
I think he would have been Brownie.
Because then there wouldn't have been as much detail as there are now, because the planning ahead and the amount of data.
Yeah.
Well, like it was, there's so many players who've been signed by the performances against the particular club.
I remember watching him thinking he's the closest thing to David that I've seen.
Really?
Yeah, I remember thinking left-footed player, technically very good, very comfortable in possession, good work rate, football IQ, like elite. I said, in my mind, I was like, wow, he's the closest thing to David.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to bring him in, he's been an unbelievable player for us over the years. It's just, yeah. You look back 8.5 years, and it's almost mind-blowing. Right, I could sit and talk about that game for hours, because honestly, they'll be bored of me showing all the highlights, because that was just perfect for me. But here is FG and Glenn Hoddle pitchside.
But I want to kick things off with your thoughts on Man City's start to the season so far.
Yeah, it's been a little bit indifferent. I think everyone, when I saw them at Wolves away, I thought, oh, they're back. They're back here. You know, they got some new recruits. They looked as if they'd bought well as well. Some of them have got injured at the moment, obviously. But no, I think it's a bit of a mixed bag, really. But the one key for me, big key, is it looks like Haaland and Foden have got their mojo back. And I think they're gonna have a good season with them too. I think with the World Cup as well with Phil, that might just get him back to his very best. And if Haaland's firing all cylinders, you've always got a chance, haven't you? Let's be fair. No, so it's a bit of a mixed bag, but at times I'm seeing them, oh yeah, they could be back to their very best again.
Very recently, just broke a record, Erling Haaland, 50 Champions League goals in 49 games. I mean, he's a dream for anyone. to play with, isn't he?
He really is. I mean, for midfield players, for back players who can go a little bit more direct, which teams seem to be doing a little bit more nowadays. He's got everything, the lad, isn't he? Let's be fair. And if a team are coming out, he can get over the top as well with his pace. He's got absolutely every attribute a centre forward needs. It's almost like, you know, he was dipped in and all the attributes come out. Here's a centre forward. And he's got strength, pace, knows how to score, left foot, right foot, and he's good in the air. So you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, you've had a playing career here. What can we expect in terms of the atmosphere? Because the city as a whole, it's a really, really good vibe. It's a very, very upper-class city, may I say. So what can we expect in terms of the atmosphere tonight?
This is not going to be... I mean, they have a go, the crowd, but it's not going to be hostile. There's a running track around the pitch, which I used to hate, really, because the atmosphere was always... Any pitch like that makes it more difficult, doesn't it? No, they've had some really good players come through over the years. They've had some good teams. I had a fantastic time here with Arsene Wenger the first year we won the league, so it was a wonderful time to reflect on. But they've had some wonderful individuals play in this club. They really have over the years. So, yeah, I don't expect City to have too many problems today. I think they'll be too strong for Monaco, but, you know, who knows? You never know in football, do you?
You never know. We've seen it so many times in this competition. A man who's going to have his hands full, regardless, is Eric Dyer, if he plays. What do you make of him moving to Monaco and for his career, for the state of his career?
Yeah, it sneaked under the radar a little bit. I thought he did really well at Bayern. I really did, and I was surprised that he ended up here at Monaco. I thought he would have perhaps had another year there. But, yeah, I haven't seen too many games. I've seen a couple of games that he's played in where they've lost. So whether he'll play tonight remains to be seen. But it's a wonderful place to come and play here and live with your family and experience that. I experienced that myself. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if he plays, how he's going to play against Haaland tonight.
And let's go back to them days playing under Arsene Wenger here. Right. What was the experience like, first and foremost? You mentioned that you enjoyed living here with your family as well. It seems like a lovely place to live and to play football.
It's a bit la-la land. I'm glad my kids were young. My two girls only didn't have my boy then, but they were very young. I wouldn't want them to have been here when they were teenagers. But it's a lovely place, and the Côte d'Azur, the coast is absolutely stunning. But to play here, we're under Arsene. Mark Haitley was the other foreigner. Back in the day, there was only 2 foreigners allowed then. And as I say, we won the league the first year, which was great. European Cup the next year, got to the semis. You know, it was a wonderful time reflecting back on my career. I wanted to go abroad and play anyway, and I ended up coming here. I was going to Paris Saint-Germain. They couldn't get a fee sorted, and I met Arsene. As soon as I met Arsene, that was it. I thought, no, I want to play for this guy, and came here. So we had a great time, family-wise, and on the football. And
a man who was coming through the ranks at the time was none other than Emmanuel Petit. We've had him on the Matchday live show very recently as well. What was he like?
Manu was 17. He was just a kid coming through, and straight away you could see, even then, he had a great physique. Beautiful left foot. But I'll tell you a little story. They used to have to do military, which I didn't know. Anyway, it was a Tuesday or something, and I said to Arsene, oh, that lad over there, he's got a lovely left. I thought he was come through the academy and they'd just brought him over to train. I said, he's got a nice left peg, he has. And he went, what are you on about? He said, that's Manu. I said, he'd had all his hair, he had long hair, he had it all shaved off because he'd gone into the military, and I didn't know about that. And he turned up one week, and I just didn't recognise. I thought it was a new player that we got. You know, I thought I'd have pinched another one from somewhere, and it was Manu, bless him. So he had to have a year in the military. It was brilliant.
He definitely did have a good left peg as well. It's been brilliant speaking to you here on Matchday Live. I hope you enjoy the game, and thank you for joining
Pleasure. Come on, City.
I love it. Thank you.
Come on, City. Love that. That was Glenn Hoddle and FG speaking a little bit earlier on today. I think we've got them converted. Right. How are we approaching this game, Michael? Brownie, what are we doing?
Are we going to go a defensive setup? Are we going to control possession? We're going to worry about counter-attack? As it all jokes aside, I feel like it's about control, about momentum. Can we get a little bit of pace into wide areas? The midfield runs are going to be important, breaking through the middle. I think when you've got Bernardo in the team, he can do all sorts of different things. Phil Foden going very, very well, and Rodri can just have that responsibility. What we're going to see with John Stones' role interests me, to see if the shuffle over into that 3 slightly different, or whether we're just going to see it in he goes out, in possession and then back out of possession, or will it be more of a 3?
Phil Foden, one of your former teammates. Fabian, what have you made of him this season?
I think he's started well. He's always going to be he's always going to be an outstanding talent. He has been. I remember him coming through when he was 17 years old, and you'd have thought he was 25 the way he was performing in training, and then he's took that into his games as well. I think he's had probably a dip in performances, but he's still only young. People forget that he's still only young, and it's hard to see players have a dip, but he's only human. People have good games, people have bad games, but the way he started this season is positive, and yeah, I think he'll kick on again.
Glenn Hoddle saying that him and Haaland both got their mojo back. Now, you'll have to pardon my French, the Stade Louis II as a stadium. What's that like to play? And obviously, a different context when you were there, but what
Is that in Italy, is it?
No, it's near Monaco, I think.
Is it somewhere there?
Stade Louis II? Yeah, yeah, that's close, I think.
Flying now, aren't you?
Well, I may as well have been sat with the fans. I was warming the bench up. So, but yeah, the view was nice. The pitch is nice. The fans got pretty loud there. So yeah, it will be a nice place to play tonight for the guys. I feel like when City start fast, when they pass the ball with purpose, and they overwhelm teams with passes, naturally they start breaking teams down. They'll start making mistakes, and then they'll start finding the pockets. And
do you think this is a new sort of Manchester City? Can you see a difference in the play in the set? We're talking about Pep evolving and Pep Linder's coming in and a little bit more aggressive, quicker.
Yeah, more aggressive. I feel like they're using, people are calling it the long ball, but I mean, if you've got a 6'4" striker who can just ragdoll people around, why would you not use that pass? I think the thing that people need to realise is that that's a strength that that City team can add. As long as they get the second and the third balls, people don't talk about third balls. As long as they get the third balls, they get the knockdowns, and they play from there, then it's just adding another.
What's this moment like now? Are they in the dressing room? Do you know where they're all like? They're all ready. Like, what was your feeling there now?
Well, you'll know yourself.
What were you like then?
Adrenaline's pumping. You're thinking about the first pass. Me personally, I was always thinking about the first tackle. I was trying to keep everybody's head in the game and on the game, keep everyone focused. And I used to be just screaming.
It's like something comes across your body now, isn't it? It's like it's ready.
It's almost like it's probably the only feeling that I miss from playing football. That quietness, that you get yourself into a state where there's no noise and it's just that silence for a bit. But I'd be screaming at the lads now to start fast. That was always my line: start fast. Because I think, especially with this team, when they start fast and start overwhelming teams with passes, it's when they're at the best. It's when City are at the best. It's when it's slow and it's lethargic and it's free touches then a pass, or too many people are trying to commit with the ball. When we're passing it and it's zipping around and we're overwhelming teams, I think that's when City are at the best.
What's the last thing Pep says to you, or typically says to you, before you step out of the dressing room?
Well, typically the work's done. So we've planned, we've done the analysis, we've worked out how we're going to play, and right before the game we'll do the team talk, and he'll just emphasise the importance of sticking to the system, sticking to the game plan, and but like I said, the work's already done. This is like this is a fun.
Have the belief, take the ball.
Have the confidence, take the ball. Don't worry about making mistakes. Like I said, he would never batter anybody for making a mistake. In fact, he would pat you on the back for
Delph would though. If you made a mistake.
Straight away,
he would have made a mistake. Like, right, come here, you've got you.
But yeah, he'll have them focused on the game. And like I said, start fast, and it usually ends well.
A player who has started fast this season, Jeremy Doku. Just a quick word on him before we get going.
Yeah, outstanding talent, and he's almost come back refreshed, and almost like he's got not a chip on his shoulder, but almost like, I'm going to kick on here and I've got a point to prove. Maybe not for everyone else, but for himself personally. Because he's always been a player that gets into positions and he's great 1v1, but not necessarily always had that end product. Whereas he looks like he's developing that end product now.
Absolutely. Right, quick one. Brownie, score prediction.
You want it quick as well, don't you?
Yeah, it's got to be quick.
3-1
3-1,
City.
absolutely.
2-0.
2-0.
City.
Okay, perfect. Right, we are going to hand you over to our commentary team. Here is Chris Sharples and Clive Allen.
Liam, thank you. And good evening to you all. It's been a glorious old day here in the Principality. And City with a trip to the south of France in great nick. In really good form, winning form as well in all competitions, and in the Champions League looking to make it 2 from 2 after success against Napoli at the Etihad. Monaco had a rough one in the league at the weekend against Lorient, so they're looking to bounce back. They lost 3-1. They have a number of notable injuries as well. So whether City can take advantage of that remains to be seen, but certainly City are the confident team coming here to the Stade Louis II tonight. Clive Allen alongside me for this one, and Pep Guardiola does seem to have that sparkle in his eyes, spring in his step, doesn't he, the way that they're playing at the minute?
Absolutely, I think it's a team that certainly have started in the right manner. And when you have this man leading the line, you